Hello, America. This is Tim the Talent. We got Case Dog in the house, and we got a very special guest here, a diehard Bengals fan. Also, the star of Cincinnati when it comes to rapping. We got Superstar Lane in the building. We're going to talk about that debacle that happened yesterday between the Bengals and the Cowboys. You know what? Since Superstar Lane is our guest, we're going to let him sound off first. Yo, what the heck was going on yesterday?
Woo! What didn't go on? I mean, it was a complete embarrassment. I don't even know where to start, to be honest, but I guess we can start with the offensive line, man. What I noticed that with 4-man rushes, they was getting pressure on Andy Dalton. He had to make plays with his legs every play. We can't run the ball. Our defense just looked atrocious. I mean, you know what? Ezekiel Elliott, he didn't even do nothing real special. They was running through gaping holes. When they doing crossing routes and everything else, they guys was wide open. It looked like practice out there, man. So what I think is, and this is my conclusion, I feel like the Bengals have shown us consistently this year throughout all 5 games that they are an average team. You can't do nothing without any type of protection for your quarterback. You can't do nothing without not opening holes for your running backs. To be honest, I'm a diehard Bengals fan. I want to think like, hey, we can take out the Patriots next week, but just with the odds stacked against us and with us having a new, offensive coordinator. We got some young receiving targets to throw to with Andy Dalton. A young secondary. I just don't see us really making it too far this year. It's going to be a long season, y'all.
What up, Case Dog? What you think, man?
I wholeheartedly agree with Superstar Lane, man. It's just, I want to say, yeah, it has a factor to do with our offensive coordinator and, that we seem to get really good offensive, defensive coordinators and they tend to leave and go to better jobs. But I also feel like that is also because Mike Brown don't want to spend no money. We basically the Cowboys of a different division because our owner is our general manager. What he going to do, fire himself?
Right.
He won't spend money. The only way the Bengals we're ever going to get to a point where we can get really, really good quality players and get the best out of them is when he's gone.
So you think we a playoff team then?
Right now, I mean, I don't know what happened yesterday. I think the Bengals, they sent some clones out there. It was like, hey, we don't feel like playing this week, so y'all go ahead and go out there and play.
I'll tell you what happened. They forgot they had a game. You know what? Look, the only person who showed up was Gio.
You know what? Well, Andy Dalton showed up. He was in there trying to ball. But
LaFell decided to show up when it was too late.
Yeah, in the fourth quarter.
They throwing it to me now. They finally stopped throwing it to AJ. Cool.
I thought about something, though. You know what I mean? Because it's quite possible, and we'll find out Sunday, it's quite possible that the coaching staff, including Marvin Lewis, the offensive coordinator, the defensive coordinator, and all the players, overlooked the Cowboys because they had a big game coming up on Sunday. Because as bad as the Bengals look, see where I'm going with this, as bad as the Bengals look, they looked way better even against the Steelers. Like, the Steelers have a very good ground game. They got a good air attack. Those are the same guys out there that shut down the Steelers' high potent offense. You know what I mean? And the Cowboys, up to this point, didn't show any kind of explosive playmaking ability. I mean, besides Ezekiel Elliott, and even him, his longest run probably came against the Bengals. One of them, I think he might have had one last week where that was his last run, but he just started ripping against the Bengals. It was like Ohio State days again, where he wasn't getting touched until 10 yards downfield. You know what I'm saying? Now, the Cowboys are good, but they're not that good. A lot of that has to do with the Bengals and a lot of the plays they were running. And I've seen the Bengals and their coaching staff do this before. If they have a huge game against somebody of note and they got what they consider a lesser opponent, it's almost like they don't even game plan. They'll run some basic offensive plays, and then they play against the Seahawks, or they might play against the Patriots, and they'll pull a play that you've never seen before, like, whoa, where did this come from? They'll do things on defense where you're like, man, they should have did this last week, because they don't want to show too much on tape. They want to keep things under wraps for Bill Belichick, and I've seen them do this before.
That sounds like an excuse to me.
No, not an excuse, because good teams do this. If you're playing like the Browns, you're not going to break out your grade A material against the Browns, if you're going to play the Broncos the next week.
Cowboys, though, man.
You know what I mean?
You can't
no,
back
I understand.
This is a one-loss team.
I understand that. It's the Cowboys, but think about it, though. The game plan to stop the Cowboys is just as simple as the game plan to stop the Bengals. When you stop the Bengals, you say, all you got to do is stop A.J. Green. Well, going into that game, all you have to do is stop Ezekiel Elliott.
Nah, man,
that's it.
That's not true.
That's it.
Prescott been balling.
Yeah, I
too.
was saying, that ain't
And you know
necessarily
what
true.
else?
But you know what?
You brought
Prescott-
up a good point.
Prescott has not been balling without a running
Hey,
game.
you know what, man? The Cowboys ain't did nothing special. You know, man, everybody stopped the Cowboys, but when they played the Bengals, that show you how butt the Bengals might be.
No.
for real.
But Prescott, think about it though. So what about Prescott has impressed you besides having great offensive protection and a good running
He
game?
haven't thrown a pick yet this year. He's the only quarterback who haven't thrown an interception.
You don't
yet.
have to.
Just threw one.
No, he didn't. He hasn't
It was
thrown a pick
fumble.
yet.
Oh,
But
that was a fumble.
here's the thing though. When your receivers are running wide open because they're scared of your running game,
He showed playmaking ability this year, just like Andy Dalton showed it. You know, and that's fine. But he got a lot more help. And even when Dez Bryant was injured, I mean, obviously he had a target with Dez Bryant. He hitting other people too.
You know what?
I mean? And like you said, if the Dallas Cowboys is
not
not
impressed.
that difficult to be stopped, then why the hell did they go buck wild on us this Sunday? And I ain't talking about just, we kind of kicking
Like I
ass.
said.
This was a consistent ass beating. Like, it wasn't just a small ass whooping. Like, they just took us to school. Like, we ain't even deserve to be there.
well, like I said, if you notice in preseason, there's a lot of good teams that get took to the woodshed because they're playing base defense. You're not going to win with base defense. How many run blitzes did you see the Bengals do? The Bengals didn't go all out and sell out for the run.
Run blitzes,
after they was down 14-0.
Then they started getting ripped with them super quick drag routes. It was drag routes
After it was
all day.
14-0.
Man,
You should do that right out the gate. Right out the gate.
How you gonna overlook a one-win team or a one-loss team? You don't
happens all
overlook
the
them
time.
to get to another one-loss team. Like, oh yeah, we see Tom Brady coming back. Let's overlook this team.
I'll give you one. I'll give you one
I
major.
can see if it was the Browns.
I'll give you actually a couple of reasons.
Why?
Prescott, Tom Brady. Tom Brady is levels ahead of Prescott. Heck, I'll tell you what the Cowboys think of Prescott. The Cowboys think so much of Prescott, they're actually talking about putting Tony Romo in when he gets healthy. That's how much they think about this rookie.
Nah. You heard the announcer say.
You know what I'm saying?
If they keep winning like that, and let's say if they a one loss team when Tony Romo come back,
Jerry Jones already put out a statement.
Hey man, you know Jerry Jones.
But like Casey said, Jerry Jones is the Mike Brown over there.
Yeah,
what he says goes. So it don't matter what the coach say.
Jerry Jones know about Tony Romo, man. He might say
He
that
do.
now, but if Prescott keep balling, see, he probably thinking like, oh well, this is just a fluke. No, this ain't a fluke. Like Prescott is he legit? Like,
Well, this is the thing. You gotta look. You can look at it that way, but you gotta look at it like this too. The golden boy, the white quarterback, or Kaepernick.
So I don't even think it's a color thing. I mean, let's face it. Who throws the ball downfield more? I mean, who's the better passer? Tony Romo is still the superior passer. I think with Prescott, you have the classic Big Ben, rookie Joe Flacco phenomenon going on, where all he has to do is not lose the game. And he does that very well. And even Tom Brady to a certain extent. A lot of people don't realize when Tom Brady went to that Super Bowl, his job was to convert third downs. They wasn't asking him to go out and win ball games. They said, we're going to play good defense. We're going to run the ball. And when it comes 3rd and 4, 3rd and 3, we just need you to convert. Whether that's handing the ball off, whether that's throwing a short pass, because they were dinking and doinking it.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that. They weren't throwing long ball.
Wide the fuck open, though.
You know what I mean?
They was wide open. It wasn't like, hey, there ain't no way that you playing defense and your dude should be that far behind the receiver every time they catch a pass. Like,
but you know what? Think about it. If you watch the Bengals of '88, their dudes were wide open all the time too because their running game was so dominant. You had to pay attention to the run game. You know what I mean? And like I said, a lot of the Bengals' problems, like they don't have Reggie Nelson back there to get everybody lined up. Do you remember when Chris Crocker played for the Bengals and they was like, oh, we don't need him anymore. He's butt. Now, granted, he might have been butt. Mm-hmm. However, he got everybody lined up, and when everybody's lined up properly, you can make plays on the ball. Because if you notice, our safeties, the last line of defense, they were nowhere near the running back. Like they were so their angles and they were so out of position, he could just run straight free. A lot of that is alignment. You have to be in the proper alignment. You have to be in the proper run fits. And I'm seeing them being all out of sorts. Like that wasn't just the Cowboys blasting them off the line. Mm-hmm. I mean, they were out-coached. They were out-schemed. Like, it wasn't just bad players out there. No, the coaches got out-coached.
The players look bad. Man, do you agree with this case, dog, man? He's basically saying that the Cowboys aren't that good, and we overlooked them.
I didn't say that.
So.
I didn't say that they weren't.
Sunday.
I'm saying they're not the Patriots. There are certain teams, like the Patriots in Foxborough. That's something that you are going to
overlook a Cowboys team to get.
Let me ask you this: what was the Cowboys' record last year?
They did. I don't think they went to the playoffs.
Exactly. What's the Patriots' record last year?
But they got a totally look.
It don't matter.
Who was their quarterback last year?
It don't matter. Think about the
They have
Bengals.
Ezekiel
Think about the
Elliott
Bengals last year.
No,
The
they didn't.
Bengals have made it to every single playoff game, right? I mean, just for like 5 years straight. And people overlook the Bengals when it's prime
But you
time.
made
It's a different
good
team.
point, though. Like I said, we got a young secondary, and my playmaker, Reggie Nelson. I don't care what nobody say. He made a huge difference. But I don't even think that it was lining up and stuff like that. I mean, you got people getting manhandled. I'm talking about dude stiff arming that what's his name, Smith, making him look stupid.
Well, that's one of those young players.
That
And
just
Smith
don't happen to your other
Smith is a good
safeties,
cover
man.
guy. Smith is a small dude. He's a good cover
Man,
guy.
we just got manhandled out there. Our whole line got manhandled. You got them shoving around AJ Green. Like you said, it was just a good old fashioned ass whooping. That's all.
But that stuff happens. If you think about it, the Steelers got took to the shed by the Eagles.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And if you think about it, the
Another
Steelers,
team.
but the Steelers walked into there. They didn't think the Eagles were up to their level. Nobody did. Nobody picked the Eagles to win that game. They had a rookie quarterback. Does this sound familiar?
Yeah.
A rookie quarterback. You know what I mean? And the Steelers are like, you know what? Yeah, they do have a rookie
Okay, and
quarterback.
who did they beat after that ass whooping though?
Who, the Steelers?
Yeah.
Who did they beat?
The Jets. The
Okay.
Jets, a one-win team.
Yeah, they are.
One-win team that we beat.
But you got to
We
beat
only
the one-win
we only beat
teams.
Another one-win
You know
team.
what?
Who was that? Miami Dolphins, who just got their ass busted by.
You know what though?
Another average.
If you don't
black
beat the one-win teams,
I'm just saying.
then you're going to be winless.
All I'm saying is 5 games in, you kind of start to see what your team is, and the
Not hardly.
Bengals, huh?
Not hardly. Look at
Well,
what
this
was
the
the
thing.
Chiefs of last year? They were
Oh,
on
the
the tear.
Bengals,
Yeah.
we don't have an identity. We have an identity crisis. We don't know if we want to be a passing team
gotta agree with
or a
that.
running team. We don't
That's
know.
true. That's true.
Like, they just
I
like,
agree with that.
well, we got AJ, so let's just throw it up there to him and hope he makes some
Yeah.
plays.
And you know
But then
what?
we got Gio and Hill. Who we gonna ride today?
You know-
we don't
That's
know.
a
We
good
just
one.
gonna keep trying this.
They know who
which
they
one
are.
gonna
And me and
work.
Tim the Talent talked about that, and I think that we should be like the greatest show on turf. We need to get Gio out there. We just need to start winging the ball around because we definitely ain't running at all. We ain't running nothing.
Well, how you going to wing the ball around when you're getting sacked? You know what?
That's why you do the short passes like the Rams, the greatest show on turf.
I don't think they should be like the Rams. They need to be like the New England Patriots. If you look at the New England Patriots offense this year when they had those rookies, or the second-year guy or third-year guys, whatever,
Right.
they would screen and short passing away. They didn't have time to get sacked because they was doing rollouts. They was dinking and doinking, and that's what the Bengals got to do. They got to dink and doink, make the safeties and everybody move up. Because right now, the Bengals can't score because they're playing like 2 deep zones.
And they got to change
and they
somebody
daring
on
them.
the offensive line.
They're daring them run.
That tackle is looking like Andre Smith, man. He looking butt
Hey,
cheap.
use it to his advantage. As when you do
Need to put in Fisher, man.
when you do screens, you kind of get in the way and then you let them come in. That plays to the advantage. They should have quite a few screens, and guess what? That pass rushing stuff that calms down after you screen them. You know what I mean?
So you don't think they should put in Fisher?
They probably should
I
put in
think
Fisher,
they
but he's been
should do
hurt.
something.
He's been hurt. That's the only reason why Fisher's not in.
about to say,
Because it was
somebody needs to be
debatable
replaced.
who would start between the two.
Right.
And I think when Fisher got hurt in preseason, that's when it opened up the lane for Abwehi to get back in there. Because Fisher was going to start, but he went down. You know what I mean? So there's a debate between who's even the best between them two. And right now, Fisher has more playing experience than Abwehi. So
Yeah, it's just a lot of problems on that Bengals
I
team.
don't know.
right
I
now,
think
man.
we need to go back to how we kind of was with Carson a little bit, how we was running the no huddles. Was that Carson?
oh heck
yeah,
yeah.
Yeah, we need to go back to
That's-
them no huddles. Really.
That's a Marvin's fault because Marvin don't like the no huddle, and he basically took the ball out of Carson's hands, which is part of the reason why he wanted to leave because they was unstoppable in the no huddle. Andy Dalton can run the no huddle just as good as Carson. You know what I mean? So I agree with you, Casey. I most definitely agree with you. But hey, in addition to that, real quick, who wins against the Patriots?
Y'all know my answer, man. I mean, like I said, I'm a fan, but I gotta give it to the Patriots. I hope the Bengals, prove me wrong, but it's the Patriots all day, man.
I ain't gonna lie. We probably about to get fucked up. I don't even care. As long as the Cardinals win this week, I can care less.
Oh man! Hey, well, they just as bud as the Bengals this year, so
Hey, whatever.
it's all good. Carson
We
Palmer
won
throwing
last
up
week.
touchdowns
We
in
won
other
this week,
teams.
so-
So
Six Palmer.
I'll pick six Palmer never lets us down.
Hey,
So I
that's
tell you
fine.
what, we most definitely gonna touch up later on in the week. Hey, we might even do it tonight about the Bengals' chances against the Patriots. I tell you what do y'all think? Make comments. Let us know what's up. Peace and good night.
Don't play with it. We're gonna be more consistent, I swear.